So far in the 2023 season, it has all been Red Bull leading the races and dominating by taking all 4 of the wins in the first 4 rounds, with Verstappen and Perez taking both of them. But with the title fights over pretty much, it means that the battle for the final podium position and P2 in the Constructors' Championship is very interesting. The team and driver who have been giving the fight to Red Bull is Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin, as they have been the story of the season. They came from hardly being in the points last year to being in the fight for P2 in the Constructors' Championship, and possibly how Alonso could finish 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. The Aston Martin, compared to the Mercedes and Ferrari, has been quick on every single track, whilst the other 2 performances have been on and off, and their car is only good on certain tracks. So, if Aston Martin can continue to be good at every single track and upgrade the car as the season goes on, it could be a very good season for Aston Martin, considering how 2021 and 2022 were. In today's video, we'll be talking about the possibility of Fernando Alonso finishing 3rd in the Drivers' Championship, how Lance Stroll could stop them from finishing behind Red Bull, and finally, could this be the start of something special for Aston Martin? Let's get right into it. To start with, we are going to talk about why you clicked this video, and that of course is the possibility of Fernando Alonso finishing 3rd in the Drivers' Championship by the end of this season. As we know, the title fight is between both Red Bull drivers in Verstappen and Perez, who will definitely finish in P1 and P2 in the championship, but it may be closer than people think between the 2. But there is a big battle behind them between some world-class drivers and teams who want their drivers, but also their team, to finish best of the rest, other than the dominant Red Bulls. There are 3 teams who are in the battle for P2 in the Constructors' Championship, and it's between all 6 of those drivers who have the say in finishing P3, but some more than others. Both Stroll and Sainz are very behind their teammates in pace, so it's very unlikely that they can take P3 once the season wraps up at the end of the year. Then you look at the Mercedes drivers in George Russell and Lewis Hamilton, who are both very close, but do not seem one with the car. Both seem to be really struggling, so unless Mercedes can bring some great upgrades in Imola, and as the season goes on, it will be a very tough task for either of them to finish P3 in the Drivers' Championship. Leclerc does look good at times, with him looking very quick in qualifying, but once again, the car is unreliable, and this will probably stop him from finishing 3rd in the championship. Then we get to Fernando Alonso, who is probably the favourite to finish P3 in the championship, as this is for a number of reasons. One of these is that we just spoke about the rest of the competition just do not have everything that Alonso has, and they all have issues with their car. For example, Alonso just looks quick at every single track so far this season, and he just seems to be performing at the highest level of his career. He just looks happy and confident when talking off track and in the car. He seems to be having a lot of fun, which is a major positive and a big reason in why he is performing so well, and is on the podium of most of the races so far this season. The car underneath him also seems to be performing so consistently across every single track that we have been at so far. There are no real downsides to the Aston Martin, unlike the Ferrari and Mercedes, which both have issues. So, to answer the question if Alonso can finish 3rd in the Drivers' Championship, well, yes he can, and he could do it quite easily, as long as Aston Martin continues to develop and keep up with the rest. There is no reason why the 2-time world champions cannot finish in P3. But what do you think? Can Alonso finish in P3 in the standings, or will another driver be able to do so, and if so, who? Let us know what you think in the comments below. On to our next topic, and that is regarding Lance Stroll and how he could potentially stop Aston Martin from taking home P2 in the Constructors' Championship. As we just talked about, Alonso is performing to a very high level and is getting the podiums and points in for the team. But every team has 2 drivers, of course, and Stroll, so far this season, has been struggling relative to his teammate, who has not been performing at a high level, which he is very capable of, as we have seen in seasons gone by. He is just unable to extract the same amount of performance out of the car like Alonso is, but is sometimes not even close to his teammate. It is clear that Alonso is the better driver, But Aston Martin needs Stroll to be close to be picking up as many points as possible so the team can finish P2 in the standings. Stroll is probably the weakest driver out of Ferrari, Mercedes and Aston Martin, but he has to be able to get high points every race if Alonso is on the podium. If Stroll does not up his game soon enough, it could be possible that he is kicked out of the team for a better driver. As we all know, his dad owns the team, so this is unlikely to happen. But if Lance Stroll really wants to win championships very soon, he may have to look to replace his son with someone who is simply quicker and getting closer to Fernando Alonso. Fernando is doing the best he can and finishing on the podium consistently now. He is doing the best as it would be hard for him to beat a Red Bull driver due to their pace. Stroll in Miami didn't even make it to Q3 whilst Alonso was starting on the front row of the grid. It does say a lot and shows the difference between both drivers and what their pace is. Overall, it is fair to say that Lance Stroll may have to be replaced if he does not pick up his performances. But will his dad do that? Guess we will have to find out in the coming months. The final topic of this video is about Aston Martin and how 2023 could be the start of something very special for the team. Coming into the season, I am sure that many fans like yourself did not expect the team in green to be in the fight for second in the Constructors' Championship. It was all talk from Aston Martin in the past, but they have never actually shown the performance that they promised on the track. This year is a step in the right direction in them wanting to win a championship. But as many reports have said, Lance Stroll is not happy and he wants more than just P2 in the standing. With all the investment he has put into the team, he wants to win a championship, and this year could be the start of that dream happening very soon. If Aston Martin is able to build on this year and learn a lot and take that into 2024, they could seriously challenge for the championship. They now have a driver like Fernando Alonso who knows how to fight and win for a title. They have the facility soon with their brand new factory being built as we speak. They are employing the right personnel, which would be very key in building a car that is able to win races. It is just a matter of time before they are able to win a championship, as they have all the minerals, but they have to fight with the big boys like Red Bull and beat them. They have only been at the top for this season, unlike Red Bull, who have won several championships. But Aston Martin is very much capable of winning a championship very soon. What do you think? When will Aston Martin win their first championship? Will it be in 2024 or will they have to wait a few more seasons? Drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one.